once again time for our NFL predictions for this week. This is week number 9, and as of this recording, it is actually Thursday morning or Thursday during the day. So there's a game tonight. We will not be posting this or making it live until Friday. So if you're watching this, the game is over, tonight's game, but we do not know what's going to happen. And I will give a little recap because at the end of week 7, me and Brady really had a really good week 7, and Ethan did not. However, Ethan came back last week, and in week 8, he got 12 right. 12 right. Brady ended up with 8 right, and I had 6. So, what that means is we get a point for every one we get right. If we happen to pick one, like say Ethan picks a matchup, and then we pick the other winner, and we lose, then Ethan gets double. And he actually got 3 of those last week. Let me see. Let's just recap it real quick. He got Denver or Jacksonville. We had Jacksonville. He had Denver. He got the point for that. He had New Orleans. We had Vegas. And I know there was another one here somewhere that Ethan picked, and I don't see it. But he did. And so that's how you got the extra points. And so now we're going on to week number 9. We're almost halfway through the season. And tonight, we got the only undefeated team, the Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the 1-5-1 Houston Texans in Houston. Ethan, you won. I will give another recap. Over the 8 weeks, I have 67 points. Brady has 69. Ethan has 72. The buys for this week are Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, New York Giants, the Steelers, and the 49ers. A lot of teams on a bye this week.
Did Houston have a bye last week?
Houston lost last week. I don't think they had a bye last week.
Then how did they?
Well, they have a tie, so they've had a bye, I believe. 1-5-1. I believe that's their standings.
First week bye because
they had a bye because they're 7-0. Philly had a bye though, so we're at week 9. I'm not sure exactly there, but 7-0 Philly. Going against the 1-5-1 Houston Texans. Ethan, you go first.
Honestly, I think what could be an easier game to predict? Record-wise, the best team versus the worst team on Thursday Night Football. It's not like they're like teams that are close and there's some high stakes. Like when Dallas was on that winning streak and they faced against Philly, who had an even bigger winning streak on a Monday night or Sunday Night Football game.
Yeah.
I think it was Sunday night a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
There were some high stakes there because it was how good is this new Cowboys team with their new quarterback going to be compared to this undefeated Philadelphia. This match is nothing like that, and it's on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
It's the best team record-wise versus the worst team record-wise. So it's got to be Philly. If they lose, that would be a huge upset.
Philly. GG.
We're all going to pick Philly on this. How can you go against them? They're 7-0, and Houston is horrible. Moving on to Sunday, you got the Chargers, who had a bye last week. They're 4-3, taking on the division-leading Atlanta Falcons at 4-4. Brady, you're first.
Atlanta Falcons.
Is he going to go Atlanta Falcons? I will go Chargers. I think the Chargers are a better team. Atlanta is not really that good. Their division is just pathetic. I mean, they've won some games that I was surprised on, so anything can happen. It's at least record-wise, it's an even matchup. I still Chargers, though.
I agree. I think I said this before, but used to, like you said, they used the NFC East used to be the NFC least.
Yeah.
And their teams were the worst. And it was that case at one time. Now it is completely different in the NFC East. But I think that the title for the worst division in football this year has to go currently to the NFC South.
Yeah.
Because Panthers, Falcons, Saints, some of the worst teams in football, and the Buccaneers, Super Bowl champions a few years ago, are struggling now. I can't believe Atlanta's leading the division. Never would have thought it.
So as the way the points go, if Atlanta wins this, and they are home, 4-4, Brady gets double points. He'll get 2 points instead of 1. Then we move on. Miami, they're 5-3. They're taking on Chicago, which is 3-5. Chicago did make a trade this week. Chase Claypool, wide receiver for the Steelers, is now a Bear, and I guess he'll be playing this weekend. There was some little bit of trades that went on. I'm going to go Miami here. Miami, I think, is better. 1 week they're good, 1 week they're not. They had to come back, I think, and win last week. 5-3, though. They're better than the Bears. I watched the Bears against the Cowboys. The Bears are nothing.
Miami.
All right. Ethan.
I'm gonna say Miami too.
Right.
Miami had a great start to the season. Then they lost their quarterback. Didn't do so well. Now that their quarterback is back, have they lost the game since?
I don't know. They were losing last week,
Yeah.
but they ended up coming back and winning. Yes, it's Miami and Detroit.
And then they also
Surprisingly, they were losing to Detroit.
They also played Pittsburgh and won the week before, right?
Yeah. So no.
So I'm gonna say Miami.
All right.
Chicago's not that great.
And you said Miami as well. This might be a hard one to pick. Two stinkers. You get the Las Vegas Raiders at 2-5, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars at 2-6. Is it back? Is it Brady? Whose turn is it?
Ethan.
It's Ethan.
I'm gonna say Jacksonville.
Okay.
At the beginning of the season, it looked like Jacksonville was doing decent, but their record does not show that
No.
at this moment. And a lot of times whenever we pick Vegas, they usually don't win. So I'm gonna say Jacksonville.
What do you think?
Jacksonville.
Brady. Boy, I was going to say Jacksonville. Like, if you guys were I would have go Jacksonville. But because I need the points, because I'm behind, I'm going to go Vegas. Do I put my money on Vegas? We'll see. Indy, they're 3-4-1, taking on the Patriots, who are 4-4. They won last week in a surprise over the Jets.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So we're back to Brady. Get the 3-4-1 Indianapolis Colts taking on the...
Indianapolis.
And Matt Ryan has been benched.
Who's that?
That's the quarterback for the Colts. Quarterback for the Colts.
Who's starting?
I don't know. He didn't play last week. I'm not sure. Unless something has changed. I know they fired their offensive coordinator this week. You got Indy, Brady, 3-4-1 versus the New England Patriots at 4-4.
New England.
All right. I'm going to go that way as well. I'm a Colts fan. They're kind of my AFC team, of course. But New England, they surprised me with the Jets, so I think they win again.
I'm gonna say
You gonna go for the upset?
Indy, 3-4-1. Patriots, 4-4. In New England.
I'll say Indy. I'll go for the upset.
Oh, okay. All right. 6-1 Minnesota Vikings, who have been looking great, taking on the Commanders in Washington. The Commanders, believe it or not, are 4-4.
Wow.
So I think it's my turn to go first, and I go Minnesota. Are they the real deal?
No.
They're going to win the division easily.
Who's in that division?
You got Packers in there. They're not that good. You got the Lions, who are 1-6,
And the Bears.
and the Bears. Oh my, they're not good. I go Vikings. Brady.
No,
Or Ethan. Oh, you.
Yeah, it'd be easy to win that division, and I never thought we'd be saying that the Packers were doing this bad with Aaron Rodgers, but they are.
I just assumed you took them. I put Minnesota.
Oh,
All right, we all take Minnesota. Green Bay. Speaking of Green Bay, they're 3-5, but they're going to Detroit, who's 1-6. We're going to find out how bad Green Bay is. It's your pick, Ethan.
I'm still gonna say Green Bay.
I'm gonna say Detroit.
Ooh, Detroit. I like that, Brady. I'll go Green Bay.
I feel like even for how bad Green Bay's been doing recently, they're better than Detroit.
Here's what you could count on.
Hopefully.
Detroit surprised me because the first game of the year, I think they played Philly, and they were like real competitive with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next game, they might have won, or they were right in the game. I said, man, this could be a different Lions team. And then it all fell apart.
Yeah.
No matter how bad Green Bay is, you're going to find a Lions team that's worse. I go Green Bay on this one.
Wait. Lions did beat the big Cardinals last year when they.
That's true, and they have a win,
13.
and they're home. Brady, it couldn't, and Green Bay has not been playing well, so it might not be that big of an upset. Here's a game that could be good, at least on paper. The 7-1 Buffalo Bills taking on the 5-3 Jets, who have been a surprise this year. We're to Brady now. What happens?
Buffalo wins.
All right.
Wait, Buffalo cannot be 7.
They are, because they had a bye.
Yeah.
Or no, they haven't had a bye. They're 7-1. This is week 9.
Yeah, they had a bye because Buffalo Bills. I was facing Elisha that week.
They might have.
Football.
And then they might only be 6-1. I go by these standings. Each week I update them. So the exact records, because of bye week, might not be that. They do have one loss. That's it. To Miami. Buffalo at the Jets.
Buffalo.
I go Buffalo as well. It might be a little closer if the Jets would have beat Patriots last week. After they lost the Patriots, I said, oh, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Jets. Buffalo, I think, is the best team in football. Even better than the Eagles, who are undefeated. I go Buffalo.
Chiefs are right up there with them, though.
They are. They're right in the mix. What do you think about that matchup, though? Bills, Jets.
I'd say Bills. With this surprise Jets team, it's going to be a competitive matchup. At least on paper, it looks good. But I still think Buffalo is going to win. And yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. But I think they are 6-1 because they did have.
No, they might be. Yeah, my record.
They'll
my
be
standings.
7-1. They'll be 7-1 after that game.
I know they only have one loss, and I might not have been counting the bye week. Here we go, Carolina. They beat the Bucks without a starting quarterback, without a coach. They're 2-6 now, but they go to Cincinnati, who had struggled at the beginning, started rolling, and then lost to the Browns on Monday Night Football. Cincinnati's 4-4. Carolina is 2-6.
Carolina. I'm going Carolina.
He's going to go Carolina. I think it was my turn to pick first. I don't know. I'm going Cincy. I don't think they're that bad.
I agree. Carolina is really bad. And Cincinnati, even though they've just done okay this season so far,
Yeah.
last week they were in the top 5 of the power rankings.
Yep.
Well, they
For
also
the-
lost
for
their
the,
main
NFL
wide
power
receiver.
Yeah. They have Chase is out. Their main wide receiver. I think he's still out again.
My wide receiver.
Yeah.
in fantasy football.
And I got him in one of my leagues as well. Seattle, 5-3. They're a surprise. Geno Smith's been looking good. They won again last week. Taking on Arizona in Arizona. Seattle's 5-3. The Cardinals are 3-5. This would be Ethan's turn, I think, to go first.
I'm going to say Seattle. Surprisingly, Seattle has been doing well this season. And I can't believe after losing Russell Wilson, I didn't think Geno Smith was going to do that good, but they're a pretty good team. And they're leading their division, I'm pretty sure, as far as I know.
Yeah, I'll go Seattle as well. I kind of think maybe Arizona because, I don't know how long Seattle's luck, if you would say luck, is going to run up. But I'm going to go Seattle here. I'll stick with it. Then you get the Rams, 3-4. Can you believe it? They got destroyed by the 49ers for the second time this season. But they're taking on Tom Brady. You got the Rams are 3-4. You got the Bucks that are 3-5. It's Brady's turn to go first. 3-4 Rams, 3-5 Bucks.
This is hard for me. I'm gonna
This
go
is a tougher one to pick.
Rams.
You can go Rams. Tell you what, I am 2.
I am 3.
I am 3. Poor old whatever happened to the Bucks and Tom Brady.
I don't know.
But of course they are playing the Super Bowl champions, even though they've lost some.
Yeah.
Oh man, neither one of these teams might not make the playoffs.
These are two teams who I thought were going to do really well this season.
Yep.
But they have really just let me down. Not really let me down because I'm not a fan of either one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they just haven't lived up to my expectations there.
Bucks used to be your number 5 team.
Here, I still like the Bucks. I still root for the Bucks. Kind of. We have Florida ties. My parents are snowbirds, very close to Tampa. I have aunts and uncles that live down there. I have an uncle that has passed away, but he was a Bucks fan. When I was a kid, nobody liked the Bucks. I was a Cowboys fan, and he's like, "Yeah, the Bucks, they're gonna be good." And then finally, they won the Super Bowl, and then another one. But I don't know this year. Tennessee, this is your Sunday night
Would
game.
have been happy when Tom Brady moved over.
I know he had passed away before that happened. Tennessee 5-2, taking on Kansas City 5-2. Could be the match of the week on paper right here. Along with that, I don't know. This could be it. Tennessee, Kansas City 5-2, 5-2. It would be my pick to go first, and I go Kansas City. I think they're better than Tennessee. Tennessee's in a weak division.
Yeah.
You guys, what do you guys think?
I say Kansas City.
Kansas City.
All right. Poor old Tennessee. We'll see what happens. Malik Willis from Liberty started last week. I don't know if Tannehill's going to be playing this week, but he looked good. He's better than Tannehill. I'm telling you right now, maybe the
I'm
starters.
picking for the next one.
Then you got Monday Night Football. You got his Baltimore Ravens. Are you all right, Brady?
Yeah. I'm just getting all fired up.
His Baltimore Ravens. School got canceled today. They're excited. Baltimore Ravens 5-3, taking on the New Orleans Saints at 3-5.
Baltimore.
Baltimore is what Brady says.
I agree.
Ethan agrees.
New Orleans is not good.
And so do I. Baltimore is better. They're in first place of the AFC North. And remember, Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, Giants, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco all in a bye. Enjoy week 9.
Wait. We almost forgot.
What's that?
Um,
For your game of the week?
Game of the week and the worst game of the week.
Oh, no.
I'm honestly leaning towards Buffalo and Jets.
Buffalo and Jets as game of the week?
Maybe. But it could be Rams and Buccaneers.
Okay, could be right. Yeah,
Worst
what do you
game of
guys-
the
what do
week
you
is
guys think?
Philly and Houston.
No, I think the worst game of the week is Vegas and Jacksonville.
Vegas and Jacksonville. But they're both bad. They might still be a competitive game.
True, but they're not
So I'm
great.
gonna
so
say
they're not
the
gonna
worst
be fun
one
to
is
watch.
Philly and Houston.
That's what I would say.
I'm going to say Philly and Houston, too, as being bad.
It'll be a blowout.
I'm going to go Tennessee and the Chiefs as my game of the week. What do you think game of the week, Brady?
Buffalo.
I'd stick
Okay.
with Buffalo and Jets too.
All right. Enjoy week 9 of the NFL season.
Goodbye.